Hi everybody, Marley here, and welcome to my first video in a small series that I'm doing called So You Want to Be a Porn Star. And the first video that we're doing today is realistic tips for the newbie. It's just a rundown of a few things I feel like you should know before you get into the industry, a few things just to keep in mind before you even sign up for like OnlyFans or MiniVids or wherever you want to sell content at. These are just a few things that you need to take into account before you get started. So we're just gonna get right into it. Number one, know why you want to get started in the industry. And when I say know why, I pretty much mean when I say know why, I pretty much mean to know why you're getting to this and why you want to do this. Okay? Like everybody starts out with, oh yeah, I want to make all this money. Especially now with the influx of OnlyFans and everything, people see models posting their statements and they see them making all this money, and that's great and all. But as far as like long term reasons, like like the real reason why you want to do this, like for me, as a black performer, the more I went along into my career, I saw that my reasonings changed. It wasn't just about the money anymore. I want to give people who look like me a space to shoot quality content and to be seen more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my goal, but everybody's reasons are different. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you know why you want to get started in the industry and why you want to do this. Okay? Number 2 is have some realistic goals. And when I say realistic, not like, when I think of realistic, they're not really like as simple as saying, oh, I want to do this so I can get a house, or oh, I want to do this so I can get a car, a Tesla. Have realistic goals like, oh, I want to content create. Have realistic goals that mean something to you. You know, piggybacking off of my last, off of the first point, you know, I want to make me personally, I want to give black performers space to be seen more and to make quality content that isn't just ghetto or ratchet or, you know, the same sticks that us as black performers get. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get more into directing and producing. You know, I already won 2 awards, but one of my goals is to get an AVN award as a producer, as a black producer, black female producer, a black female director. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are like goals for me. So it's just something to think about. Like, do you want to get accolades in doing this? Do you want to be the best foot model? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have realistic goals that you know that you can make happen. Like, don't try to set yourself up for failure by giving yourself unrealistic goals that's going to take forever to reach. And then to go even deeper into that, set a big goal, but then set also smaller goals as well that'll help you get to that bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? So for number 3, do your research. And doing your research, I mean like in every aspect. With if you find a certain niche, say if your niche is you're going into being a dame. If femdom is your niche, then I feel like you should be doing research on everything surrounding femdom. You know what I'm saying? And even into the logistics of the admin work, researching how to edit, researching how to like filming, you know, lighting. If you plan on being like one of those self-sufficient models, research is very important. Like I taught myself how to edit just for the simple fact that I don't like a lot of people touching my shit. But I didn't know shit about editing when I first started. I was simply using Windows Movie Maker. So I taught myself how to use it, and then once I found a better once I found a better software, I went on YouTube and learned how to use that. So, YouTube, Google, they're all great platforms here that you can use to build your brand and to help you. They're all here to help you. And it's also great, so it beats not having to hound people for information, because that's one of the things as a seasoned model that does tend to get a little irritating. It's not that we're not opening to helping. A lot of new models reach out to people like me and they kind of expect me to give them like this whole rundown of information just because they feel like I'm obligated to. And sometimes you might catch me on a good day and I might help you out, but most of the time I'm trying to keep my own shit kind of together. So I can give you a few pointers, but your best bet is simply doing your research. And then you can reach out to some models saying, hey, I was doing this, looking into this. Do you think maybe you can give me some more insight? Maybe tip a favorite model for some info because that'll quite frankly, a lot of people don't feel like giving up valuable information for free. Plus, me sitting and telling you is kind of a service. So, before you barrage models with questions, just do a little bit of research first, and then you can get into reaching out to people and asking specific questions that you might have. Number four, and I've left out of the slideshow, is have an exit plan. And when I say have an exit plan, I simply mean figure out how long you want to do this and then figure out what your next move is once you're done. So if you plan on doing this for 5 years, set up an exit plan. So come your fourth year, when you're ready to make your exit in your last year, you already have a good idea of what you want to do once you walk away from content creating and adult work. The great thing about adult work is that once your content is up, you can continue to make money from it even if you're not putting out anything new. But that's also something you want to think about as well. Like, hey, do I want to keep my clips up after I'm done? Do I want to take them down? Do I not want anything of mine really out here to an extent? Because it's always going to be something out there once you put it up. But, it's just certain things to think about as far as, what you want to do when you're done. Like me specifically, I feel like once I'm done in the industry, I wouldn't really like be done. I want to direct and produce as long as I can. So as far as a performer, I'm giving myself a timeline, but it's my long term goals, my bigger goals, like directing and making movies and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna be doing that for a while. So that's like my exit plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, after a good solid 10, 12 years of performing, I'm going to retire and strictly focus on directing, producing, filming other people, writing movies, putting shit out, and that would be my main focus. Things to think about before getting started. Like before, now that you took all those 4 points into account, and you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to do this. There's still a few more things that you need to take into account before you really jump out there like that. There's 7 of them. There's a whole lot more, but I feel like these are like the main 7. So number one, once it's out there, that's it. Meaning, exactly that. Once you put up a video, whether it's for free, on a paywall, what have you, once you put it up, that is it. It's always going to be that one person who's going to find a way to take your video and put it up on a free site. Okay? Or even if you do it willingly. Like if you take a video like me, my very first videos were posted on Xvids. And instantly, the very first video that I ever did, people that I knew seen it. So that is something that you have to prepare yourself for. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me to my second point. Someone you know will see it. It doesn't matter if it's a neighbor, old teacher, a family member, a friend. Eventually, it can be today, tomorrow, a month from now, a year from now. Somebody is going to see a piece of the content that you put up, and whether it's on accident or on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's how my family found out. I guess I'm not exactly sure how, but somebody saw a video of me, and I think my dad got like a piece of my mail from talent testing, and people put two and two together, and people kind of like figured out, and then your family's always gonna talk, so word traveled around fast, so you can only keep that secret in but for so long, unless you're one of those people who's shooting everything anonymously, because you do have people out here who, shoot with masks on and stuff like that, and people don't know their identities unless you've worked with them, then that's fine. But if you're a model like me whose face is out there, whose entire being is out there, somebody's going to see it. So you have to prepare for that. There will be slut shaming. There's going to be plenty of slut shaming. It's always going to be somebody sitting on Beyonce's internet waiting to tell you how shitty of a person you are because you're showing your genitals on the internet, or you're doing this or you're doing that. It's always going to be somebody. It don't matter who you are, male, female, cisgendered, non-cisgendered, transsexual. It's always going to be somebody. And quite frankly, you have to have tough skin to do this. It sounds kind of harsh, but that's the reality of it. People already feel like they're superior to us because they feel like our jobs aren't real jobs, even though we do pay our taxes on their shit. So you just have to not take it with a grain of salt and keep it moving. That's why we have block features. That's why we have mute features. It's all ways to not interact with these people. And sometimes you're gonna have your days where you feel the need to clap back, and that's fine. Just take it from somebody who knows. Don't make it excessive because it will affect your brand a little bit. That's something that I had to work on the last few years myself. As somebody who always ready to go and ready to jump on a bitch neck, don't put yourself out there like that. Not all the time. Okay? Don't argue with fans on the timeline. If they start getting, greasy, just block them and keep it moving. Some days are better than others. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be ready and motivated to film, especially in the beginning. The beginning is always that feeling of, yeah, let's do this. You're motivated. You're ready to crank all these clips. But as the time passes, and the longer you get into do this, you're definitely gonna have days where you're just not feeling it. You're not feeling the vibe. You're not feeling like filming anything. You don't want to get dressed. You don't want to put lashes on. You don't want to be in front of a fucking camera. You don't want to do FaceTimes. You don't want to cam. You don't want to really be bothered. The main remedy I can say to that is still be kind of transparent with your fans, and you don't have to necessarily tell them everything. Like, example, say you have like a Twitter and Instagram, you can say, hey, I'm taking a bit of a break from social media today, but here's all my links, and then you can list your links and where they can find you. So that way you can still get sales and not necessarily have to be active online. Or, same thing on behind your paywalls on OnlyFans. Like, hey guys, I'm not really like feeling like myself lately, or, I'm taking a bit of a break. So uploads may be a little slow, but if you check out here, here, and here, you can find plenty of content to help pass the time until I return, or something along that lines. Always communicate with your fans and let them know kind of what's going on without telling them all your business, so they know, oh, you just didn't disappear off the face of the earth. But at the end of the day, your loyal fans are always going to be around. They'll understand that we're human and we all need time to ourselves, you know? Number 5, very few start out making tons of money. And I feel like this is one of those things that a lot of people don't tell you about sex work. I think sex work has been kind of glamorized over the last few years since I've been doing this. And you have, especially with OnlyFans, like you have all these OnlyFans girls posting their statements, and you're seeing them making thousands of dollars, and meanwhile you're sitting here with your account and you're barely pushing 100. And it can be kind of discouraging, especially in the beginning when you're excited to build up your brand and your fan base. All I can tell you is just keep at it. Don't get discouraged. I've literally made it a point to kind of mute people who do shit like that on a regular basis, just for my mental health, because I know I can let it get to me sometimes. Like, damn, what the fuck could I be doing to make 10,000 in my OnlyFans? But the more you dwell on what you could be doing to be like that other person, the less you'll be doing to further your brand. That time spent mulling over other people's shit, you can put that energy into your shit. So, don't get discouraged. Your first month, hell, first year. I didn't make anything my first year in porn. I barely made anything my second and third year. But as time passed and I kept being consistent, My money is coming in. It still has its slow days where I don't make shit, but I'm still able to pay my bills. I'm still able to pay my rent. Right now, that's all that matters to me. I can take care of myself and my kid. Uh, but don't let it discourage you or walk away from it if this is something that you really want to do. Like, keep that in mind that if you stay consistent, consistency is key. If you stay consistent and continue to put in the work that you know you can do, the money will come. Number 6, your mental health always comes first. And always do not ever, 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 ever compromise your mental health for anything in this industry. For the people, for the shoots, for the money. Don't compromise your mental health for any fucking thing. Don't do shit that you know makes you uncomfortable, but because you feel like you have to or you need the money, no. Don't do that. Your mental always comes first. The last thing you want is to have regret about anything that you've done when it comes to this. You know, like, make all your choices, make sure that's something that you want to do. And then even with, the my number 4 point, some days are better than others, pretty much go hand in hand. Like, take a mental health day. If you're not feeling right, fuck it. You're not going to be you. You're not going to be your persona today. You're just going to be you. But your mental health always comes first. Even if you get to a point in your career where you feel like, this is too much, I need to walk away, do that. The great thing about the adult industry is it's a $1 billion industry. It's not going anywhere. So you can definitely stop and pick up right the fuck where you left off at some point. But make sure that your mental health is intact. Okay, I see too many people come into the industry with issues and all types of stuff, and they get so wrapped up and consumed in things that it fucks up their mental, and they end up in really bad places. Some people have taken their own lives behind it. It gets really sad. So just make sure that you're putting yourself and your mental health before anything else. And um, it also goes hand in hand with my last point. Self-care is key. Like, always take a self-care day. If you work 7 days out of the week, take one day to make about you and something that's non-porn, non-adult industry related. If you have a hobby, whether it's painting, video games, what have you, take a day to just do that. Or even if you have a spouse or pets, that you like to hang out with, take some time for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a day specifically for you and do things that make you feel comfortable with yourself and make you feel happy. So when you come back and you're ready to work again, you're more motivated, you feel good, you're ready to work. You know what I'm saying? You're well rested. Everything is ready to go. So with that being said, that brings you to the end of my video. And hopefully this was simple for you. Next time I will have my camera so you can see my face. But this was kind of last minute and I wasn't really camera ready, but I really wanted to get this out. So make sure you like, make sure you comment and subscribe for future videos. Comment if you have any questions or any topics that you might want to see me touch on in future videos. Definitely ask questions. I'm always open to answering questions the best way I can. I'm going to try to do this as often as I can, and once I get a nice group of videos going, then I'll be touching in more in-depth topics on Patreon. But right now, this is where you'll see videos like this. And I look forward to the next one. So I'll see you guys later.